Let's start by logging in as a demo guest. Once you're in, look to the top right corner and click the three dots. This opens your main menu. Everything to manage your company lives here. Company setup, add and manage clients, add employee, approvals, field staff tracking, activity log, and more. To get started, click Company Setup. This takes you to your core company details form. Enter your legal company name, address, contact info, GST number, and bank details. Then upload your logo and authorized signatory. Make sure everything's accurate, as these details appear on all your agreements and invoices. Once your info looks right, save the details. Let's go to the next step, which is managing designations. Scroll down and open the Edit or Delete Designations option. In this modal, enter all the services you provide. If you're a facility agency, add roles like security guard and housekeeping. If you're a labor contractor, add labor and so on. You can also update the existing designation, so pick the one you want to update from the drop-down. Rename it to something that fits your team structure better. Save the changes and you'll see a quick confirmation pop up. Next, let's set your employee and invoice ID. Scroll down to Employee ID settings and set a prefix that matches your company code. Do the same for next invoice ID with a prefix that fits your billing. Hit Save ID Settings under each section to lock in your changes. Once that's done, scroll back up and close the company setup window. Next, let's add a client. Open the menu and go to Manage Clients and Billing. Then click Add Client or Edit on an existing one. Enter the client's name, email, phone, address, and GST number. Make sure these are accurate, as they're used on the invoices you send this client. Now set the GST type. Choose CGST plus SGST for clients in your own state or IGST for clients in another state and enter the rate. FieldPe applies this automatically on every invoice. Then scroll to Billing Rates. Pick a designation, set the number of posts and the rate. Adjust the shift hours here to match what this role actually works. Now set your service charge. Add it as a percentage or fixed amount for any designation. You can also add custom charges like housekeeping materials as separate invoice lines. Save your changes and you'll see a quick confirmation that the client details are updated. Now let's move on to adding a new employee. To create an employee and set up their salary structure, open the menu and pick Add Employee. You don't have to do this all from the office. Our Android app lets your field staff enroll or exit staff right from the site. Nothing goes live automatically though. Every action goes to a staff change approval for your office to approve first, so you stay in control. Now, assign the employee to a client site and scroll to the salary structure section. Load a template for a standard setup or switch templates anytime. You can add employees with or without statutory deductions. Keep the standard structure for staff who need PF and ESI, or click No PF ESI for those who are exempt. You can also adjust the basic, VDA, HRA, or any allowance to fit each employee. The new employee is now set up with a complete salary structure. Let's see how to record a quick advance given to an employee. On the bottom right, you'll see the Quick Action buttons, a fast way to add a client, enroll an employee, record an advance, or raise an invoice. Let's use them to add an advance. Now click the Add Advance button and search for the employee you want to give the advance to. If the employee already has active advances, you'll see them listed here for reference. To add a new one, just enter the total advance amount you want to give them. Drop in a quick note explaining the reason for the advance. Hit Add Advance to save it, and the EMI will auto-deduct from their payroll each month. To create and load invoices, head over to the Accounts page and open up the Create Invoice section. Pick the client you want to bill from this drop-down. Since an invoice already exists for June, switch the billing month over to July. Hit Load Default to autofill the invoice items based on the client's rate card. Here's the flexibility. If you've marked attendance, The invoice pulls the actual days worked automatically when you click on Load from Payroll. If not, you will receive a warning. Simply ignore and raise the invoice manually. Either way, your billing stays accurate. The invoice has been created and loaded successfully. To review your invoice and accounts receivable, head over to this section and pick All Sites from the drop-down to pull up every invoice. Once the list loads, scroll across to check out the full details like total bill, TDS, received amount, and balance. Click any invoice to open a quick preview. And if you've uploaded your logo and signature in Company Setup, they appear right on the invoice. From here, you can print it or download it as a PDF, so it's ready to send, fully branded and signed. Let's go to the next step, which is recording invoice payments. To record an invoice payment, click the outstanding balance for the client and enter any TDS deducted here. Fill in the actual cash received and you'll see the balance settle down to 0. Add any miscellaneous adjustment if needed, then hit Record Payment to save it. The invoice payment has been recorded successfully. Scroll down the accounts page to review your balance sheet and ledger. Just pick a site or all sites to pull up the full details. You'll see your revenue, payments received, salaries and expenses paid, and your net profit or loss all in one place. Head over to the HR tab. This is where you run payroll. Under Run Payroll for Site, pick the site and month and all your staff for that unit load up. To add earnings and deductions, hit the plus earn button next to the employee and fill in the bonus type and amount. For a salary advance, use plus dead, name the deduction, enter the total amount and save it. You'll see the amount reflect instantly under Other Dead, updating the net payable right away. Earnings and deductions have been successfully added to the payroll. Let's go to the next step, which is executing payroll and employee exit. To execute payroll, once attendance is saved, hit Run Payroll for selected. Confirm the run and the system processes everything, updating the net pay figures instantly. You can open the Details drop-down for any employee to review their earnings and any advances that were adjusted. To exit an employee, click Exit next to their name, where you can either pay them out for their final days worked or exit them immediately. Payroll execution and employee exit are now complete. Let's move on to Field Staff Live Tracking. Open it to see where your team is out on the ground. Your field staff can also check in and check out of each site straight from the app. Every visit captures a photo and a reason, giving you a verified record of who visited which site, when, and why. And that wraps it up. You now know how to run FieldPe from top to bottom. Go give it a try in your own account and see how smooth it feels. And you're never on your own. Our 24/7 support team is always ready to help you set up your account or answer any questions. Join thousands of companies already running their field operations end-to-end with FieldPe.